Goldie Talks versus the Three Rocks by Evelyn. Once upon a time, a little gabby, not crabby little girl called, well, at least nicknamed Goldie Talks, stood in her house waiting for the school bus to come. So she stared out into Elk Street. Finally, the bus arrived. After she stepped on, it drove away, leaving quick. Well, it was school time, and she loved visiting the. Now she remembered her homework, and she hurried off the bus, lost in the busy New York streets, her red, heavy backpack jostling. She arrived at the mystery street and spoke the password. She saw a little house far off in the distance. Running towards the house, she knew she shouldn't go, but she did. The house smelled like the fresh scent of cereal, sausages, and bread. She was so tempted. After she peeked in the indoor plumbing, she realized there was nobody in the house, and she couldn't resist but sneak in. She found the small house very surprising. She walked into the dining room and found the meal she sniffed out in the old alley. Let me tell you, Goldie Talks had a very active ears and nose. She chomped on a sausage and she shot skywards with hotness and broke the ceiling. Goldie Talks bit into the bread, but three of her loose teeth popped out and blood flowed into her mouth. She spat it out on the floor without even thinking. Then she picked up the bowl of cereal and cautiously took a sip. It was so good she slurped it all up and left some on the floor. She plodded to the parlor door and threw it open so hard the door made a loud blam, and she left the door open without caring. Here she saw 3 chairs. She closed her eyes tight and jumped onto the nearest one. She yelled because it was made of metal. She had made a dent in it, but she did not notice and stepped towards the second chair and this time sat on it. It was so soft her whole body sank deep down into the chair. She stepped towards the little chair, sat down. It was so just right that she sat on it for a few minutes before it crashed, smash. Without even bothering, she walked towards the bedrooms. She made a beeline for the large room, rolled onto the bed, and jumped out because the bed was too high at the head and she was going to fall out, and she skipped out of the room. Then she tried the middle-sized room's bed, but the foot was too high, so she did a flip and smacked the wall hard. She limped to the tiny wee room and lay down on the bed. It was so comfortable she fell straight asleep. Meanwhile, the 3 rocks came bouncing home. Somebody's been eating my sausages, Big Rock. And somebody's been eating my rock bread, Middle Rock. And somebody's eaten all of my strawberry cereal, all of it. Somebody's made a hole through the ceiling, Big Rock. Somebody's been spitting blood on my rug, Middle Rock. And somebody's dripping milk all over my chair. They bounced to the parlor. Somebody's dead in my metal chair. Somebody's flew the pillows all over the place. And somebody's crashed my little walking chair. After that, the little rock began to scream. This for Goldie Talks was the ducks at Fondue Pond in her dreams. The rocks walked up the stairs quietly. Big Rock stepped into his room. Somebody's been eating sliding my blankets. The Middle Rock shook off blood and stepped into her room. Somebody's been eating somebody's made a dent in my wall and messed up my blankets. But the Little Wee Rock didn't take a chance to think about her breakfast. So somebody is sleeping in my bed and here she is. She didn't stop to think about breakfast. This woke Goldie Talks up at once. She took one look, knew what was happening, jumped right up and through the window. She even left her roller skates. Want to hear more? She raced to school and got a huge spanking, 20 times homework, no recess, and a note to Mom. And she never saw the rocks again.